Then I'm going to go live. Okay, so we're live streaming on Facebook. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. It's Paula Fern from Manchester in the UK. I hope you are well. I'm joined today by Daryl Gorman. Hi. And I know that Daryl's just inviting a few people to take a look, and she's just sharing this live stream. It's been a while since we have done a live stream to Facebook, so we're still getting used to the technology again. So if you're watching us now and you're on Facebook, give us a hashtag live and give us a hi. Tell us where you are, where you're watching from. And if you catch this on replay a little later or in a few days' time, there's a hashtag replay so we know when you're watching. And we're going to be talking tonight about a few different things related to travel and how you can basically win in the current climate, the current financial climate. You can actually start earning a bit of extra cash. And if that's something that you want to do, we've got a solution for you. So we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen and hope that all of our technology is going to work seamlessly. And you're going to be able to see everything that I'm sharing with you. Slideshow come up that I'm going to present for you now. And it says there, time to travel. It definitely is a time to travel. So let's get that started. We're part of a community called Team Dragonflies. And what we do within our community is we basically travel the world for next to nothing. So we're part of a really exclusive travel club. And the kind of prices that we're looking at here and I'm going to be sharing with you, they're not available through anyone else. And that's why we have that exclusivity. And it's really exciting because I know a lot of people that they've saved all year, well, saved for the past 2 or 3 years to go on holidays this year. And if you're looking at going to some amazing places, 4 or 5-star resorts, we've got a way where you don't have to save for that amount of time. You don't have to get into debt to go and travel the world. There's actually another way to do that, and I'm going to share that with you now. So I'm hoping that this comes up okay. I'm going to check to see what you guys can see in Facebook land. And I'm hoping it's the same as what I can see here on my Zoom. Let's see.
So fine.
If you have any questions about what's being shared, please feel free to ask in the comments. Daryl, did you say something then?
It's on my Facebook.
Or is that just a little bit of feedback?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it's breaking up. I can hear you.
I was just saying it's on my Facebook. I can see it on the group, but I can't hear myself talking very well, so I'm going to mute myself.
Can't quite make out what you're saying, Daryl. Why is that in that? Can anyone? It looks like we're having a few technical issues. I'm going to check to see if I've got any through. Hi, Daryl. I couldn't hear you on there. Could you not hear me either?
I could hear you. I was just what I was saying was I could see it coming through fine on my Facebook page.
Oh, right.
But it just sounded like
Yeah. What I'm thinking, we might do, should we give it a try to turn our videos off? Because I know I've been on meetings before, and if you turn your video off Zoom, it just makes the it makes the width a bit
yeah,
light.
I'll do that now.
Yeah, I'll try that as well, and then I'll share again. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for bearing with us. So you should be able to see that. And I'm going to go on to the next slide in just a moment. There we go. That should work now. In theory. Can you hear me okay? There doesn't seem to be much happening. Right, let's see if we can do it this way. Let's do it manually, eh? Let's see if this works. Because I've got something really exciting that I'm wanting to share with you. Right, it skipped the really exciting part. Can you still see this, Daryl? Let me know. This is really exciting what I'm showing you here, because these guys are the founders of our company and they're incredible people. But what we've also got is a really quick video that shares some really important points about the travel industry that you probably don't know. All of travel, all the search engines that you use online, they are all owned by just two companies. So when you're looking at the different prices that you're getting and you're kind of comparing it to another search engine, it could be the same company that owns them. And it could be that you're not necessarily getting that better deal. It could be that they are kind of playing you off against each other, and not that many people know that. But once you understand that and know how the travel industry works, it just gives you a bit more insight as to how we can provide you with a much better and completely independent service. So David and Adela Hart have a combined 30 years of experience in traditional business and direct sales. They are absolutely incredible people. They truly lead from the heart. They're very family orientated, and they started this business really to design something that's available for everyone, that allows you to travel the world, because they don't believe there should be a duopoly on visiting places in the world, and also being able to afford to do it, because the world belongs to us all, doesn't it? And if there's places you want to go, there should really be nothing stopping you from getting there. So they developed this company that actually allows us to travel the world for pennies, and you're going to see a bit more about how that works. But we were established in 2013. During the pandemic, we had record-breaking growth. And the reason for that is because the value we have with our membership, you have it for the whole life of your membership. But what you do with your membership, we're kind of like the Netflix of travel. So you'll pay a subscription, an affordable subscription, that costs less than, well, about the same as a Starbucks a day, for our top-notch range. And you'll have a subscription. And with that subscription, you receive points that you can use against 5-star resorts all over the world. But what happens with those points, the company actually doubles the amount that you get, and it rewards you with those points. There's lots of other different ways that you can travel as well, but those points you can redeem at any time for 24 months. So with it, if you're going to be traveling in the next 2 years, this is ideal for you to get those dream vacations, because you don't have to be traveling now. A lot of people during the pandemic realized, well, we're not traveling now, all the planes are grounded. But in 2 years' time, I want to be taking the kids to Disneyland. I want to be going to Bali. I want to go to Thailand. And so we had record-breaking sales during the time of the pandemic. And what we found at that time, though, elsewhere, a lot of different people were such as travel agents, they obviously had some issues because people were not able to buy travel. Well, they were able to, but there were so many different issues, and they couldn't necessarily, they didn't know when they were going to be going away anywhere, so they didn't purchase travel, which means it's having a knock-on effect for what's going on now, because prices are hiked so they can recoup what they lost during that time, and it's still happening now. So there are three main parts to our membership, just to explain a bit more as to how you can save money. The first part of our membership is a search engine, a search engine with a difference. You won't find this searching online. It is exclusive to our members only. And what this search engine does is it gives you prices that have zero commission added to them. So if you use a search engine at the moment, such as booking.com or On the Beach or any of the search engines out there, what you'll see when you're looking at those search engines is you'll get a price, but that price has also got a commission added so that that company can run that platform. Now, because of the way we do things within our business, we don't need to charge that commission. We are not travel agents. We don't need to add that commission onto it. And just showing you an example here of a comparison with one of the search engines. With our membership, because you're an exclusive member with us, you're actually looking at a £1,400 saving on a trip to Cyprus. This is not unusual. That is pretty standard for what we have with our membership. It's not unusual to find savings like that. Another example was a package deal that someone actually asked me to unpack and check, because we don't do package deals. This is all about independent travel. And I think you'll find on some of the money saving programs, this has actually been done before as well, checking out the different prices for flights and resorts and everything else. When you break it down with our travel club, on a package deal, you're getting your flights, you're getting your resort, the very same room, very same place, very same dates. You're going to be saving £838 on compared to what you would pay for a package. That's pretty powerful. £800 is not to be sniffed at. Another example that we've got here is Cape Verde, 2 adults, 2 kids. This is an all-inclusive resort and a dream destination for many people. It's absolutely stunning. I do know people that holiday there, and I've got a typo on there because that still says Cyprus. I've never noticed that before. This is for Cape Verde. And when you're looking at the prices at booking.com, you're looking at £7,000. When you're looking at hours for the very same place, very same dates for the resort, you're going to be saving £1,842 as a travel club member. Incredible savings. That means another holiday, and we'll show you exactly how you can do things like that and actually go and travel for free as well. A really quick one here for another package deal that I unpacked, £942 you're going to be saving here. And that's our first what you have available with as a member with us. Now, remember, I said there's 3 different areas that you can save money. So that's our first one. It's your personalized search engine, if you like. The second thing that we have are our getaways. So I mentioned at the beginning that when you have a membership with us, the membership that you pay each month, which is the equivalent of a Starbucks a day, what you'll pay is doubled up by the company and then given back to you in the form of points. Those points can be used against getaways, which I'm going to show you now. So as you're paying every single month, you can go to the Bahamas and you can pay £136 for 7 nights for 2 people. That's not per person, that's for 2 people to stay at this resort. And when you're using the points you've got available, so on this example, it's 1,298 points that you've accrued over time. As a guidance, I'd say that's around 4 months. In 4 months' time, you could be taking this trip. You're going to be paying a hell of a lot less than what the recommended retail price is. Now, you can see the recommended retail price on there is £529. Please be aware that that is the wholesale price. So on top of that, if you go through a travel agent, they will add commission to that price. So when we're showing the suggested retail price, that is the very least you will ever pay for it. but you're still saving about £100, £400 with us, because you're only paying £136 for the very same place. Now, when we're looking at the next option, this is in Greece, you're looking at £271 for the week. Again, you're going to be using those points. This is for 2 people. So that price is what you pay for both of you. And you can see how little it is compared to the suggested retail price. Again, travel agents will add commission to that price, so you'll probably be paying a hell of a lot more than that. But with us as a member, because you've got these perks, you've got to, it's £271 for the week. That's 7 nights and 8 days. What we also have, so the getaways are personal to you. They are for you and your family and friends to go away on holiday wherever you like in the world. You choose where you want to go and you go and take your trip. What we have is something really special as well, called World Tours, which is group travel. And it's for people that are members of our club, and they can meet up. It's absolutely incredible. They've all been to Paris last week. They're coming home from Paris at the moment. And prior to that, they've been to Cabo San Lucas. They've been to all sorts of places. I think they're in Rome at the moment. So they're properly on a world tour. The only reason I've not been able to do that is due to childcare, because I didn't want to be bringing the children around with me to this group travel. I'd rather go on my own. But having said I'm not going at the moment, I am going on a trip to Budapest in November, which I'll talk a little bit more about later. But the world tours, you again can use those points that you're getting every single month. You can use them against these trips, and you can go and see people that are members as well. Just go and catch up with the people that you're getting to know online. Remember, we're a global company. There are people from all over the world. This gives you the perfect opportunity just to have a get together with your friends. There are options to then go and have a chat with some of our millionaire mentors. And there are options to go to meetings to talk about the business, because there is a business aspect to this travel club as well. It's completely optional. You do not have to go. This is not timeshare. This is not you being forced to go into a meeting where there's a hard sell. None of that. This is purely for pleasure. But if you want to go and meet up with your mentors that are helping you in business, you can do that as well. So an example of a world tour that we had, that one of our business partners went on as well, and she was a guest on one of our Zooms a few weeks ago. It was $1 for 4 nights, 5 days to stay in a place in Venice, and your breakfast was included. You tell me a travel agent that can give you that for that price, because there won't be one. It's completely impossible. And the reason that we get this is because there's a few reasons, really. But the main one being is that David Hart, the owner of the company, has done this for so long. He's built up an absolutely immaculate reputation. He's well respected in the area of business, and because it's group travel, he is able to excuse me, he makes these available for us, exclusive to our club. And it's an incredible place to be. You can see some of the examples there. Athens, Greece, you're looking at $299 for 4 nights. There's Paris that's just happened, and there was an Ignite conference on at the same time. The pictures are incredible. The room was packed out with business partners and friends just getting together. A New Orleans one for $399, again for 4 nights, 5 days. So there's lots of options. You can see, again, it's dream bucket list stuff. Phuket, Thailand, $1 for 2 people. So that's 50 cents each for 6 nights and 7 days to go to Phuket. Incredible. You can see that it was sold out, that one. Bali, Indonesia is coming up in October, $399 for 6 nights and 7 days. And that's for 3 people. So it's not per person you're paying that $399. It's for 3 people to stay in that resort that you can see. So how much is it going to cost? How much would you pay for this? You can see there, give the game away. Around £3 a day your maximum best-selling option. It's the one that I've got, it's the one that Daryl's got, it's the one that 90% of our company have, is a platinum membership, because that gives you the most points. So you're going to be traveling the world for these prices quicker. And it costs around £3 per day. That's the cost of a Starbucks, if not a bit less than the cost of a Starbucks per day. But what is amazing about the way our club works as well, if you know 3 people that like to travel and they take a membership out with you as well, not only do you start earning a bonus, but what you also get is daily pay. So you'll be earning enough every single day to cover the cost of your membership. So in effect, all those points that you've seen that I've shown you that are accruing every single month, they are free, because they're all yours, because you don't have to pay for a membership out of your own pocket ever again. If there are 3 people you know that like to travel as well and they take a membership with you. Really, really powerful. Things continue from there as well. Extra cash. Who doesn't want extra cash right now? There is an absolute crisis the world over with finances at the moment, and people are struggling. What this can enable you to do is actually just make a bit of extra cash. So I don't know about anyone else, but if I didn't have this club, right now I've got 4 children. They're all going back to school in September. Uniforms for my children are not cheap. And if it wasn't for this club, I would really struggle with making sure that they've got full uniforms for September. And it's because I'm earning extra money through this club that I'm able to make sure that they've got the uniforms, they've got all the things that they need to go back to school, they've got the pens, they've got all the books. And I mean, I am a lover of stationery anyway, so I love stationery, but I've got to make sure the kids have got what they need as well to get started with school. And I've been able to do that without even blinking, because I'm earning extra money. As you can see on the right hand side, I've broken that down into UK payments per month as to what is the potential with this club. Now remember, this is doing something that you're already loving. You're traveling the world. After the pandemic, who had itchy feet and just wanted to get out there? What about doing that and then earning money back? Doing it for free and getting paid for it. So I'm not going to go into that much detail here, but if you do want to learn more about how to get paid and how the business works, it's a very simple way of doing things. It's very effective, and we can go into that in a little more detail. What I do have here is a website that will show some videos, and I'm really hoping this will stream. Last time I tried to do this, it didn't quite come through. So I'm going to go to Adriana here in Tenerife. Adriana was a guest on one of our Zooms quite recently, and the video I wanted to play at the beginning actually has Adriana speaking on it and just explaining she's actually in the travel industry. And it's funny because she said at the time that someone showed her this, I've been in the travel industry for years. There's nothing that you can show me that will surprise me. And the next thing was she signed up to be a member because she'd never seen anything like this before. So I'm hoping you can hear this.
Greetings everybody, my name is Adriana Breban. I say hello to you from all over the world, and I would like just to share my experience with Travorium, which for me it's based on 2 basic principles: quality and lifetime experience. All the life I used to have plans with my family where quality and lifetime experience can be put together. And I traveled all around the world with them. But since I know Travorium, I realized that I can do the same, but for a quarter of the price what I used to pay for all these holidays and vacations and even business trips. So I just have to say that I'm really, really happy because now it's not only one, but 3 trips I can make for the same amount and the same quantity of investment in our lifetime experience. I love you guys. See you, as our co-workers used to say, on the beaches of the world. Love you. Ciao.
Oh, she's so lovely. Oh, she's lovely. But even what I love about that, she talked about having 3 trips. I'm looking for another one. I'm there. Can you see me there? I'm looking for another one. I think I've gone past it. Let's see. But she's talking about having 3 trips, which is fantastic. But I've actually worked out, when I've looked through what's happening for me, I'm going to continue. I'm not going to go onto that. I'm going to continue on the slideshow. All right. Let's see if I can get back to that now. And the next slide would be just to say, thank you. I'm going to stop sharing because it's interesting what Adriana said about having her 3 trips next year. Because next year, I mentioned earlier, I'm going on a trip to Budapest. There's a few of us in our community in Team Dragonflies, including Daryl, who's going to be coming as well. You're muted, Daryl. But we're all good. We're going to be going to Budapest, a few of us in November. But what's fantastic about what they do with these different trips, some trips you get really, really exciting incentives. And one of the incentives for this trip in Budapest in November is 10,000 extra points when you get home. So what 10,000 points means for me is potentially, if I choose to, next year, I can go away for 10 weeks, a minimum of 10 weeks with the kids, which isn't going to cost me any more than the slides that I've shown you. Some of the places we've got available are £0 is $0, zero anything in any currency. You can stay for a week somewhere and it's going to cost you 0. So it's so powerful, and I absolutely love it. If, like I say, if I hadn't have found it, I would have been struggling financially so badly. I don't really know what I would have done instead of this, and it's an absolute blessing. Beryl, have you got anything to add to that?
I have.
Yes.
I have. Active members, used to be that when you joined the travel club, when you first joined the travel club, because they up things all the time, when you first joined, you got, which I thought was amazing, a free trip incentive.
Yes.
To a selected selection of locations that you could choose from. That, when I say free trip, I mean it's the accommodation of the resort, and you do pay the local taxes. But other than that, all you've got to do is wrap your flights around it and blah, blah, blah. And once you've selected your choice, you don't have to go like straight away. You've got up to 12 to 24 months to actually activate it. But, you know, this company, it's a gift that keeps on giving, because now, recently, I mean, I think it was last year they introduced this, but you know how the years go on, was the year before last year. We get one every single year. And they've increased the locations, over 64 locations. I will not live long enough to go to on 1 year and visit all these different places. I won't live long enough to do it. But how, you know, it's just sort of a nice little thank you, isn't it, for being a member?
It's absolutely it is. I mean, to be fair, with having 1 trip a year, I won't live long enough either. And to add to that, though, it's willable. The business can be passed to my kids, so when they hit 18, they can go on those trips that I didn't get a chance to do.
Yes.
But it is the gift that keeps on giving. It's just the iceberg that we've touched on here tonight, because those are the 3 main selling points of what we have. Those are the 3 main places that you're gonna get the most value. But on the back of that, you get shopping discounts, getting your food, your grocery shopping. you get discounts going to the theatre, you get discounts getting your taxis from the airport and to your accommodation, or getting your transfers, you get discounts on that.
Travel insurance, that's a good one. You get good
Travel insurance, yeah, you get discounts on flights. Another important thing I always seem to forget to mention, the search engine. Every time you use it, now I did a bit of a comparison, a bit of digging on when you use a search engine, because every search engine gives you some kind of reward to try and keep you as a customer, of course. Great, nice one. Every single search engine I've looked at online has very specific terms and conditions attached to those rewards they give you. So it might be that you have to take X amount of trips before they'll give you anything back. It might be that you have to spend a certain amount before they'll give you anything back. What we do with ours is, if you use it, you get a reward. It's not rocket science. You get it straight away, and you can use it straight away against anything you want to use it for. But what I also love about it is you can use it on flights. So say you want to go somewhere, you don't want to pay for your flights, you book a getaway for £0 for a week somewhere with your family. You've got reward points for using your search engine. Cover your flights with your reward points. You're going away essentially for nothing. And it's just mind-blowing. It makes so much sense. And I've used the search engine many times for business trips, for personal trips. It's a search engine that is just the same as any other search engine out there. It's just been programmed to bring you back prices minus the commission. That's it. No different than anything else out there. And all in all, I've saved close to 11 grand on all the different services we have. And for a family with 4 kids in it, to save 11 grand, it's a big deal. I'll tell you that for nothing. It's an absolute big deal. So we're earning as well every single day. We get paid every single week. We get extra bonuses every single month. There's never, ever, ever been a failed payment. Every single month and week, we are paid on time every single time. There's never been a failure in that. And because we're established, we're not having to worry about whether we'll make it through the next few years. I can tell you now, we are cash rich. We are thriving better than ever before. And it's a nice place to be, because it makes you feel hopeful, doesn't it? With everything that's happening, you just feel hopeful. There's so much to offer.
You can have something to look forward to, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Forward to. We just went on, our family, we just went on a trip to Corfu for a week. And we booked that through the wholesale site.
Yes.
And my daughter is also a member. Her and her husband are having a bit of a kid-free holiday. They're going on a world tour to beautiful, stunning hotel in Malaga. And they're getting breakfast and dinner included.
Wow.
On the next 5 days. And it's costing them, on the conversion rate, about £161 for the 2 of them.
That's incredible. £161. I mean, if you divide that by 2, that's per person. And that's what I love about it as well. I go and do comparisons all the time of different places. And when I go on these other websites that are just run-of-the-mill websites online, it's always hidden charges. You go through it and I get to the point where I've got to pay, so that I know I'm telling people the full facts. And that front price they charge, when you get to the paying screen, it's almost doubled sometimes. It's ridiculous. And yet when you're looking at what we have, it's so transparent. There's nothing hidden. You can see exactly where you're at and you know where you're up to, and it just makes so much more sense to do it that way. I'd rather know where I'm up to and I can plan better. But that's incredible. It's not always per person, it's sometimes per room. I stayed in Cornwall. Remember Clowens Estate I stayed in, and that was a place for 8 people. It was £175 for 8 people. It's beautiful, beautiful place, 5-star. And I've priced it up when I got home, and you're looking at over 3 grand for what we had. It's £175. Just not rocket science. Come and save money, earn money. Just come and
Save
do
money,
it.
money, you know.
Yeah,
not to like, really.
absolutely.
And I have this little pet project, really, being an older lady. On helping people who are maybe thinking about coming up to retirement soon.
Yep.
They may even be retired already. They may be struggling. They may find that their pension pot is not quite as lucrative as they thought it was going to be.
Yep.
And people are living a lot longer now, so their pension pot has got a long way to stretch. But you don't have to be pensioners. You can be like 40 or 50 and start thinking about this, because by the you could look at it as a retirement fund with benefits. So I've done a bit of research on this, and most people, when they retire, they want to travel. They dream about all the places they'd like to travel when they retire.
Yeah.
But guys, don't leave it too long, because age creeps up on you. Sometimes you're not able to do as much as you thought you were going to be able to by the time you get to that point. And why wait? Why not start when you're 40 or 50 thinking about, well, even younger? I mean, there's no age restriction on this. It's still retirement fund with benefits. People start paying into retirement funds when they're 20 these days.
Yeah.
So, so think of it along those lines, because if you start growing it alongside what you currently do, slowly, there's no pressure, just slowly build bit by bit by bit. People do it a lot quicker than this. Some people build quite quickly because they're very intense about doing it, but you don't have to. You could say, well, in 5 years' time, you could reach ambassador level and be on a 6-figure income.
Multiple six figures as it continues. Yeah.
Yeah, you could be thinking about, well, I don't even have to wait till I retire to leave my job. This could become my job in 5 years' time. And I'm traveling the world all the time while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Not only that, but while you're traveling the world, of course, you're meeting more and more people who want what you've got.
Yeah.
And it can snowball. And I just think it's so exciting. So exciting. It's such an exciting project. And
just gives us options. It gives us options and it gives us freedom. And are they not the biggest kind of things that we want?
People want time freedom. They want financial freedom. Well, don't we all? I mean, what's not to like about having all the time in the world to do what you want to do with your loved ones and your family, and not have to worry about how much it's costing you?
Yeah, spot on. I agree completely. And if you've got any questions about any of this that we're talking about, we're more than happy to chat with you one-on-one, individually. We're going to be here every single week, Mondays at 8 p.m. British summer time at the moment. And if you find something that you've got a question about, drop it in the comments or come and ask us directly, or ask the page, or just come and ask us, whatever works best for you. But those questions can be answered. It's very simple. It just takes a few different times to hear what we've got to say for it to for you to grasp the concept.
It does seem a lot to take in, doesn't it? But think of it as a subscription.
Yes.
I mean, most people these days, you have to subscribe to anything you want these days. Netflix, BritBox TV, and this, that, and the other TV, Disney Channel, and Sky TV, and Virgin. Everything is a subscription these days.
Yeah.
So think of it as your travel subscription, and there are some people who are just happy to pay that subscription to get the benefits. Other people want a free membership, and why not? I think that's wonderful. Bring 3 people and get a free membership. Hey, what's not to like about that? Yeah. Free points from then on in. So you're traveling for nothing. Apart from there is a joining fee, but hey, there is for anything.
Do you know what I find with the joining fee as well, as I've been chatting to people, because that's a question that comes up. And don't be afraid to ask us any question, because we don't mind. We like questions. There's a joining fee to join this. And the reason is because you're going to have an absolutely all singing, all dancing website that has just been upgraded, and we've just had 100,000 new nights, new areas that have been added to the website. So you're getting pure value. But when you think about when you pay a deposit for your holiday, you might pay something per person. You might pay a percentage of your total cost of your holiday through a travel agent. And it might be a few £100. Our joining fee maximum is not a few £100s. It's not a big amount, okay? But it's less than what you're likely to pay as a deposit for a holiday through a travel agent, okay? Come and ask us. But that deposit, next time you go away later in the year, you've got to pay it again. Guess what? You pay this joining fee once. For the whole lifetime of your membership, you pay it once. So you might go on 3-4 holidays that year. You do it through a travel agent, you've got to pay that percentage, that amount, those few £100 every single time up front. That's 4 times a year. With us, you pay it once for the whole life of your membership. And that's pretty powerful because people can't always, that's the stumbling block as well. They can't always stump up a few £100s to go and get a holiday from somewhere, especially if they're going 3 or 4 times a year. But if you're only ever shelling that out once and then you're saving thousands, it's well worth it. 100%. I would go do it again right now if you gave me a link. Just no brainer for me. It's incredible. Yep.
You can't, one of those 3 people that you bring in could be a partner.
Yes.
If you have a partner, if you're very lucky, you have a partner.
Yeah.
I don't have one. But if you have a partner, you can bring in your partner. And there are a lot of companies which don't allow you to involve your direct family. You can bring in your partner, and what I'm saying by this is then you get double bubble points. So you're both earning points, and that's all extra points that add up to your combined travel.
Exactly. Yeah, just makes sense. Because the points you use as well, you can spread them across different trips. So when you go to book in travel, and we do have videos that show this, when you go to book your travel for the Getaways of the World Tours, you can actually use a sliding scale. So you can save back points for other trips that you might want to have.
You're in control of how many points. Yeah. There is a maximum amount of points you're allowed to use on a trip.
Yeah.
But then you can slide that scale down and use less of those points if you want to save some for something else. You're in control of that. You don't have to use all your points on one trip if you don't want to.
Yeah, because I think someone that I know was going to a wedding, so they used I think they used a quarter of their points to go on this wedding, because the amount it does cost slightly more, but it's still not within the realms of a travel agent, so you don't mind. So they went to this wedding and used a certain amount of the points, and then they were going on just a family holiday and they used the rest of the points against it as well. But bear in mind, over all of that time, they were still accruing more points. So after those 2 trips that took place, I think this summer, they've got more points now to go away again in October or for Christmas or whatever. It's just ongoing. It just doesn't end. And I love it. It's so exciting.
I know. I mean, I spent 1,500 points, I think, on my Budapest trip.
Yeah.
But because I booked that back in May, June, July, August, that's 4 months.
Yes.
500 points I've added back into my pot.
Yeah.
Because they keep rolling in, they keep rolling in.
No, over 4 months, 5,000.
No points, no.
Oh, for your points, you mean?
250 a month I get.
Yeah, so over 4 months.
Yeah, 255. Oh! I've got more points than I realised.
Yeah, you need to go check and book another holiday.
I only wanted to do that so you can see me doing stuff on my fingers. You can see my
Your nails look very lovely, by the way.
Okay,
I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm conscious of the time.
Because we're talking about my nails now, so you know.
Thank you. Well, I've done my nails, but they're not quite looking as posh as yours. So yeah, let's go now. You've had a good day today, though, haven't you? You've been with family all day and stuff, haven't you? Doing stuff.
No, the family have been off doing Jack's birthday today. I've been doing my nails, and
you've been doing your
other things today.
Yeah. other things. Busy. Well, thank you for everyone that is watching. And again, if you've got any questions, just come and ask us. We like answering them, and that's what we're here for. But thank you for tuning in. We'll see you again next week. But it's been lovely to be back, and I've really enjoyed it. So thank you very much, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.